Discovery Harbour. Not allowed here. I'm gonna park and walk around. Where are we?
Well, we are on the replica of the HMS Tecumseh.
What do you mean replica?
Replica! The original one was just out with her sister, the Nawash, out in the water there. Nawash is still there today. The original Tecumseh they hauled up in the 50s, and she still lives on our site just down the way in the museum. So you can go see that one.
So I paid for admission to see replica?
Replicas. But they're still the original. You pay admission to go on the replica.
But hang on, you guys are original British sailors, right?
Oh, definitely.
Or are you replicas of British sailors?
Could be descended from ancestry replica, but you know. Yeah.
So, Tecumseh was built in 1817.
Chippewa, she was launched in 1815.
15.
Yes. So she was built for the War of 1812. She was supposed to be an armed transport. At this time, there weren't a whole lot of built naval ships meant for war, specifically on the Great Lakes.
So it wasn't. So it was for transportation, troops or material?
Both.
Oh.
Anything that needed to be transported. Military at this time, that is plenty of things. Troops, materials, food, other wares.
Supplies,
rations, and whatnot. But because she's launched in 1815, War of 1812 ends in 1814, she misses it.
But late to the party.
Late to the party doesn't mean she's not useful, though. She's used to patrol, same with the Nawash, to patrol the borders along Lake Erie. Now, a few problems. One, trying to make it in time for the war, they cut corners in her construction. They used green wood, unseasoned wood, which means it's wet on the inside still. So by the time they launched her, she was already rotting. Not great. That process was already accelerated. So she's not in the best condition. You got to do a lot of upkeep. She's on Lake Erie. That is a very, very shallow lake. She's got a 9-foot draft. She ran aground twice. And so they send her up to Lake Huron with the Nawash, where they have a bit deeper water and they can function better as ships.
So both were sent to Huron?
Both were sent up here. And the base was really excited to get them because they finally have big transport ships, and this is the main base on Lake Huron. They're doing all their transporting and stuff from York, or Toronto nowadays. This is the main hub for the Lake Huron. Problem was, when they got here, one, they're not in good condition, and two, the Rush-Bagot Agreement of 1817 was passed. That meant that any ship over 100 tonnage with guns had to be put up in ordinary. Tecumseh had 150 tonnage, 4 guns. So she got to put up, just like she is right now, no masts, no rigging, no sails, no guns. And they sat, waiting to be used again. Unable to be used as other means. It can't turn into a hulk, it has to be ready for sailing at a moment's notice. And so they sat here, rotting. Because they're rotting, it's costing them so much to keep these ships alive, and they can't keep up really. So they finally put in a request to scuttle them, so sink them intentionally, to which that request gets granted. By the time that that news gets to here, though, they're already on the bottom of the lake. Yeah.
Can you imagine serving on something that is just sitting, rotting?
Yeah, it would have sucked. It would have sucked.
Like, what would you do for entertainment?
Various things, other works, jobs around the site. And if you're really bored, quoits and drafts and a lot of drinking. Not quite the sailor's life that you want.
No. Tiny beds. What is this building?
So this is the Keating house. This is where James Keating lived with his wife and his 5 children. He was the fort adjutant here, which meant that he looked over the soldiers' rations, their pay, that kind of thing. He was quite different because usually at this time period there would be the purchase of rank system, which means that you would, if you were rich, you would buy your soldiers and buy your ranks. But he actually ascended to his position as lieutenant and fort adjutant because he was a war hero in the War of 1812. So
He advanced.
Yeah.
Without paying.
Mm-hmm. There is also an upstairs over here if you want to check that out. Upstairs I have a heating.
Upstairs?
Yeah.
So there was a time when the Army and Navy were here at the same time, right?
Yeah, so it's about 6 years. The Navy begins here in 1817 and they leave in 1834. In 1828, the military joins them and they remain here until 1856.
How many soldiers would that be?
Maximum 60.
Oh,
Yeah.
not that bad. So when the Navy moved out, they expanded, and so that building ahead of us, what is it?
That building is the officers' quarters. It's the only fully original building on site. It would have had a sister building, a soldier's barracks, that stood across from it, sort of where that white building is now. It would be 2 stories, and it actually had capacity for 150 soldiers, but they never had that many stationed here.
Huh.
Yeah.
So when the Army moved out, there was a juvenile...
There's a juvenile detention center.
Where?
Same property, like
So right here,
right
where we're
here.
standing.
So the officers' quarters became the warden's house, and then the barracks was turned into their dormitory.
Oh, and the barracks are gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome to go into the officers' quarters.